Yo, what's up guys? Trade recap and trade breakdown for the day. Made $500 today. Sorry if it sounds a bit windy, you can hear some background noise. I've got my fan on because it's really hot right now. But caught a nice rejection block trade with pre-market open. It was this right here. Caught this today. Show you how. That's what my breakdown is gonna be. Then, so let's start off from what I do at the start of every day. Get onto the 4 hour, try and establish my bias. So right here, big 4 hour gap, inverted to the upside with this candle because we closed above it on the 4 hour. We then came and retested the CE of it and ripped out of it again with a nice big rejection wick. What I then looked for was some extra confluence to establish my bias, inversing this 4 hour gap to the upside. I was then coming onto the chart looking to target this as my draw of liquidity. Normally I target the top or bottom of the most recent wick depending on what trend we're in. So here we're in an uptrend, we left a big area of price to target here. So on the next candle I just wanted to see us come up and take out this area of price, which we did. Head over to the 1 hour. I'd look for any extra draws of liquidity that I could try and catch. Obviously a big draw would have been this, but we didn't come up to that today. Then I'll jump down to the 30-minute, mark out true day open. Even though we actually did not come towards it today, meaning potentially going to be bearish tomorrow because we'll have probably 2 days of true day open to come and attack. So I was bullish today. This was my main draw of liquidity. I wanted to see a little pullback with market open to then get an opportunity to long. So market opened, scaled down to the 1 minute. We got manipulation to the downside, then a big wick coming down, sweeping lots of this low resistance liquidity, so much of it. So that was a great rejection block to trade. I then marked out the rejection block. Price came up, marked out with my Fibonacci tool the low to the high to find the OTE level, which is between the 0.705 and 0.79. Marked out OTE, set my limit order and waited for price to come back down. I set my limit order at the top of OTE, and then I actually set my limit order about 2 points below the CE, targeting this high that we created was what I was targeting with the trade. Even though the draw of liquidity I was just talking about that I started that I found at the start of the day was right here. I actually got stopped out when I took this trade. I lost about $100 here, but then I knew we was going to come up and we was just retesting the CE, so I waited because here I got stopped out, we came below. Then I just waited for us to come back up, which we did here. Then I just waited for us to come back down to the CE for a re-entry. So then right here, put my stops at the CE for a re-entry. Had a 3-point stop because I was going to de-risk as I just lost $100. And then I don't think it was actually a 3-point stop, it was a short stop, it was like around this length. Then I targeted the high, the swing high that we created with the market open move. This came up and hit full TP. I took partials at this fair value gap. I took my 250 partial here just to make sure I hit the profit margin for the day. Then I held to full TP up here. So it was a very good day, however there's still a big improvement I could have made, but I likely would have got stopped out at some point anyway, I think. So no, I wouldn't have. So the draw of liquidity I wanted to target was all of these stacked up low resistance highs, which was also the 4-hour wick that I marked out at the start of the day coming onto the charts. This one right here. This one right here. Then what I could have done after hitting full TP is trail my stops to the recent low. So I could have put my stops on this low when I hit full TP. I could have just stretched this out to my draw of liquidity for the day, trailed it to this low, and then held, and we went straight within the next 5 minutes to my full TP of the day, which was the draw of liquidity I wanted to target. And then let's say I wanted to push higher, I could have trailed to this low. Obviously I would have got stopped out, but if I was to do this in the future, I would just keep trailing my stops to swing lows as we keep on pushing higher. But today I did miss out on quite a bit of profit. Like, this was why I took this right here was my main draw of liquidity for the entire day, and I missed out on it because, well, I mean, I just took my win at the swing high that we made, even though this was my full draw. So yeah, definitely after hitting this take profit, my stops could have been here, then we held, and that just would have been full TP right away. So even if I just held one single contract, I took off, because I think I put 4 contracts in, I took 2 off here, and then I had 2 running. I could have taken off 1 more here, left the last one running with my stops here. So to improve, take a set of partials if my bias, take a set of partials if my bias is strong, as well as holding to my true draw of liquidity for the day. Because 99% of the times I mark out my draws of liquidity for the day, they get hit every single time. So right here, just trail my stops. That's another thing I'm going to add quickly. Once hitting first TP and taking partials, trail stops to most recent swing low / high, and then hold until the main draw of liquidity. That will be my main improvement point for the day, because still, regardless, made 400 today, so obviously we hit the profit target and made a little extra, getting my account $133 into profit, which is nice. So 4 more profitable days for a payout, which would be nice to hopefully get. Very clean trade, just only improvement to hold to my full target, go to trailed stops. So next time I have this opportunity again, I'll just start trailing my stops after taking a set of partials at this original TP, because it would make sense that this is my full TP and here I just take partials and leave a run after my full TP. Definitely would help me making more money, and also it's risk free, because when I take partials I'll just move my stops to break even so I don't lose anymore and I still hit my profit target for the day. This will just allow me to make slightly extra.